Hi everybody. Welcome to ENC2135, Research, Genre, and Context. In this video introduction, I'm going to first introduce myself as a teacher and real-life human being, complete with emotions and hobbies and feelings. Then I'll introduce the course theme and content, and then I'll get into the level of expectations for the course. First, let me do what I do best, talk a little bit about me. As a real-life human being, my interests are fairly typical and maybe even disappointing to you. I like to consume all sorts of media: music, TV, video games, film, sports, and a little bit of literature. I have fathered one cat, Ira Hayes, who is named not after the Pima Native American Marine, who was immortalized due to the iconic photograph that captured him and 6 other soldiers raising the flag at Iwo Jima during World War II, but rather the excellent Johnny Cash song, which memorializes his life and goes like so. Call him drunken Ira Hayes, he won't answer anymore. I did my undergraduate here at FSU, and then I did my master's at Ball State in Muncie, Indiana, a strange little town home to Bob Ross's TV show, before returning here to FSU to continue my work as a Rhet Comp scholar. As a student and scholar, I'm interested in digital literacies, digital writing platforms, and social media studies. You'll come to see that through the theme of this course, which is largely based around researching digital writing platforms and the literacies that those platforms help to create and sustain. In this course, we will look into these spaces and ask questions like, how do the design, rules, and regulations of a given social media space influence how individuals can compose and engage with others? What topics can they engage with on this platform, and why? How might this serve the interests of certain groups? But more on that later. Who am I as a teacher? Well, let's start with who I'm not. I'm not a nameless, faceless entity hovering over your activity, eager for you to turn in work so I can locate errors and fix your writing on a mechanical level. In that sense, at least, I'm not an Android or Twitter bot. I'm also not a poet or a romantic, and you'll not be graded on your ability to balance the passion and the prose. In taking this class, you need not worry about placing ornamental language into decadent form that anticipates my tastes in the great works of literature. I do not wish to establish myself as the ultimate holder of knowledge, nor do I wish to establish you as the lowly pawn. Rather than focusing on mechanical errors or romantic style, what I care about is critical thinking that can be applied to writing in ways that make you a more critically, rhetorically aware writer across all writing situations. My goal in this course is to get you to think about life as a series of rhetorical situations in which you as a writer can respond in different ways that are or are not appropriate to varying degrees. This includes the work sphere, the social sphere, the civic, and the personal sphere as well. Writing gives us agency. It allows us to articulate our logic, to lay out our plans, to explain our reasoning, to explore our feelings. It's powerful stuff, and what's more, it's stuff that we all already practice and know to some degree. So why not develop critical and rhetorical literacy skills that can aid in these practices? In terms of the class content and structure, it'll go something like this. For each week, I've created a module that includes a weekly video explaining your tasks. That video, along with the required reading for those tasks and any additional directions, will be in the corresponding module. So in Module 1, you'll have your first week's video, any required readings, directions, and if you're turning in something to Canvas, a submission button will be located there as well. I've tried to design that in a way to where you can easily move from module to module, treating each module as each week. So in each unit, you will have readings to read, discussion boards to post, and often homework assignments to submit. What that means is that this course is not a go-at-your-own-pace online course in which you can spend the occasional entire Saturday catching up or speeding ahead in accordance with the rest of your life. That sucks in some sense, I get it, because many of you may be taking this course because of how difficult your daily schedules are. I'm compassionate to that, and I want to voice right here now that I'll try to be as flexible and accommodating to your schedules as possible. At the same time, we will be reading and responding to each other's work in this course. We'll be exchanging feedback on formal writing projects. We'll be going through multiple stages in drafting, having e-conferences, etc. In some, we will do things by the week. So while there's flexibility in terms of the day of time that you can work, there's not as much flexibility in terms of weeks in which you choose to work. You'll want to portion out a significant chunk of time for this course. Typically, students are expected to spend 3 hours per week in the actual classroom per 3 credit hours, and around 3 hours per 1 credit hour working on this content outside of the course. This equals 12 hours of homework per 3 credit hour course load. Given that we will not have actual class meetings, you should expect around a 15-hour per week workload. In other words, reading, writing, and critical thinking takes time, and you'll be expected to do quite a bit of each every week. I'm proud to say that I like to keep myself maximally available to all of you. Under the announcements, in addition to on the syllabus, you'll notice that I've provided a variety of ways to get in touch with me, including email, WhatsApp, Google Phone, which includes text, Skype, etc. If there's a way you'd like to virtually meet outside of what I've already provided, let me know and I'll see what I can do. What is important for you all to know is that I'm not just ready, but in fact I'm eager to help in any way that I can. But with that said, please respect certain boundaries. Don't blow up my phone with a barrage of WhatsApp text in the middle of the night. But if you work in the middle of the night, feel free to email me at that time and I'll get to it as soon as I am available. So it's just a balance. Treat me as your teacher, not your friend. And for that matter, I'm also not Siri or Alexa, which means try to find out the answers to questions before coming to me, especially when it comes to things like assignment deadlines or homework prompts. Keep in mind that you can ask your peers, and I encourage you to do so. Collaboration in this course will only help you succeed. I love this course. I'm really excited to explore the wonderful world of rhetoric with you all, to get into genres and research, and to frame those things around social media and online writing. I hope that's interesting and relevant to your lives. But if you feel like a social media theme isn't for you, or that you need more structure than an online course provides now that you've heard a bit about what is expected of you, don't feel ashamed or afraid of changing to another course member. And I say that because in an online course, it really is important to remember, especially an online writing course, that you will be expected to do a lot of work each week. You'll be expected to draft and redraft your work. You'll be expected to do e-conferences with me. So I just really want to emphasize that it's not like maybe certain other online courses you might have had in which it's go at your own pace. We will be doing weekly assignments, and so it's important that you stay engaged and up to topic each week. And if you are struggling with anything at all, again, remember, reach out to me. As I said earlier, I'm not some faceless entity. I'm a person, and I'm really excited about what we're going to do in here, and I hope you guys are too. Thanks, and I look forward to hearing from you and reading your work in the near future. Bye.